All righty, here we go. Thank you so much for joining me. Um, I always set it up early to have all the technical stuff figured out. And then invariably people say, why isn't it started? I don't hear anything yet because it wasn't 1 o'clock yet. Um, so awesome to see folks from all around the world. Edmonton, BC, Argentina, Saskatchewan, Virginia, Vermont, Seattle, Netherlands, Ireland. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you all so much for joining me. Um, there's just I was going to say, there's a lot going on that is making it challenging for a lot of people to feel hopeful. And unfortunately, that's often the case in the world. But I originally started out with an idea of doing something for the stress that my fellow actors are feeling during the strikes, and the writers, and then the fires in Maui, and obviously the ongoing conflict in Ukraine and so many places. And it's very challenging to feel hope. As a way of sort of getting myself into preparing for this, I spent the morning at a place where there's very little hope. My wife and I went to the driving range. So if you saw me golf, you'd see that there's little hope there. Definitely not signing up for the PGA. But wasn't really planning to. Anyhow, all right, all kinds of folks: Ireland, France, Canada, UK, Hamburg, England, Washington Heights in the house. So yeah, so I just felt compelled to do some tapping around hope, as you may have seen. Yes, Coco, this will be available. This will still be here on YouTube, and the streaming, the version that's being saved on Facebook as well. And then again, there's going to be a live one tomorrow. I had originally thought, well, I'll do it on either Friday or Saturday, and not being sure which day would work best for folks, I thought, hey, I'll just put it out there, do a survey on Instagram and ask folks, would they rather do this on Friday or Saturday? And it was neck and neck. It was just a few in favor of Saturday until the last moment. Then it switched to Friday, but then I was getting messages on Facebook, a bunch of messages saying Saturday, so it kind of evened out. And I just thought it just makes sense to do both days. And I, appreciate the opportunities to interact with folks live, even though I can't see you at the moment, but I can see your comments and where you're writing in from around the world. And your energy is very much here, and there will be opportunities to share things in the comments as well as we go along. But let's get into it. So what I'd like you to do is go ahead and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and hold it. And let it go. And just breathing comfortably with your eyes closed. Go ahead and feel your feet on the floor, or whatever part of you is connected to something. Allow yourself to feel that connection. Allow yourself to feel centered and grounded. Allowing yourself to be right here, right now, as present as possible, so as to receive maximum benefit from this hour. And as you're following your breath through your body, just allow yourself to ask yourself, on a scale of 0 to 10, how hopeful do you feel at the moment? And now, this could be in a particular area of your life. Maybe how hopeful are you about your health, about your finances, about your career, about your relationships. And then also just checking in with how hopeful do you feel about the world, humanity, the, the environment, the planet at large. Just allowing yourself to be aware of those places where you're feeling hopeful and those places where you may not be feeling hopeful. Notice where you might be feeling the least amount of hope. Notice on a scale of 0 to 10, how heavy that feels, how distressing that might feel. And allowing yourself to do this with curiosity rather than judgment. Don't judge yourself harshly. If that heaviness or that hopelessness is stronger than you had imagined or want. And just allowing yourself to be aware of what's going on in there. Notice what thoughts, beliefs, and memories might be involved. Just allowing yourself to be aware of what's going on in there, what's connected to any sense of hopelessness. And take a deep breath. Open your eyes. And I'll check comments later. So right now we're tapping, not typing. Even though I might not be as hopeful as I'd like, I choose to love and accept myself. Even though I might be lacking hope, I choose to love and honor myself. Even though I might be lacking hope, and hope can be really beneficial for getting us through challenging times. And whether it's in my own personal life or the world at large, there are some challenges. And I could probably do with some more hope. And even though I might be lacking hope at the moment, I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. Maybe anyone else who might be involved in these feelings, because I choose to feel that free. All this difficulty feeling hopeful. All these limitations to how hopeful I can feel. All these reasons why I couldn't or shouldn't feel more hope. I know how helpful hope can be. And how hopeful help can be. But there may be parts of me that are just not up to it right now. There may be times that I feel completely hopeless. Or at least that's what part of me says. I've always felt at least enough hope to keep me going. The proof being that I'm still here. I choose to cultivate that hope. I choose to enhance my levels of hope. I choose to be a lot more hopeful. And why might I resist that? What is part of me saying that limits me from being more hopeful? What am I afraid might happen if I were feeling more hopeful? Maybe there are parts of me that say, it's not until I feel really hopeless that I really get motivated. I may have so much resistance to taking action that it's not until it looks like all is lost that I finally get my butt in gear. Maybe part of me is afraid that if I were more hopeful, I'd be less motivated. Everything's going to work out. I don't have to do much. I'm just an optimist. I don't need to do anything about anything because I trust everything's going to work out fine. I'm afraid that if I had that much optimism, I won't feel motivated. All these beliefs that I need to be motivated by misery. It's only when things look bleak that I get into action. And who taught me this? Or was it just my own misunderstanding? The more hopeful I am, the more motivated I can actually be. The more positive my expectation, the more worthwhile my actions feel. I choose to feel more hopeful. And I have plenty of good reasons to do so. Because the world is still spinning. Overall, we're still progressing. We've overcome so many things. I have overcome so many things. There are a lot of reasons to feel hopeful. And as I fan that flame and nurture my hope, I come up with ideas about how I can make things better. And I feel more energy to take action on those things. So I'm allowing myself to feel more hopeful. Clearing the reasons why I couldn't or shouldn't. Those are based on misunderstandings. There are ups and downs in life. Just because things are going down at a time doesn't mean that all is lost. It's eventually going to go back up again. It's okay to feel hopeful. I can feel justified in feeling hopeful. I'm allowing myself to feel more hopeful. I'm allowing myself to enjoy a greater feeling of hope in body, mind, and spirit. Take a deep breath. Let it go. Close your eyes. Go inside. And check inside and check again that level of hope on a scale of 0 to 10. Either the positive sense of hope, or check the heaviness of lack of hope, and notice whatever you were feeling before. And I'm going to check in with comments, see what folks are saying, what's coming up. Let's see. Diana, it'll get better. One more bucket of balls. Yeah. So they say. Annabeth, this is 7. Hopefully that's 7 in terms of hope and not 7 in terms of the lack of it. All right, Amy. Yeah, I know that when those challenges are there like that, I get that those are the times that really challenge our sense of hope. Excellent. Great. I'm going to keep tapping. Go ahead and feel free while, throughout this hour, tapping collarbone or tapping through different points. You've set aside an hour for tapping. Let's keep clearing. There's generally some ambient levels of stress that we can keep clearing out and allow ourselves to feel better and better. Okay, so some of those numbers are coming way up. Some are coming up a little bit. Understandable, especially depending on where we're at. So, all right, everybody close your eyes. Take a deep breath. And allow yourself again to think about where there might be challenges. And again, this could be your personal challenges in your relationships, in career, finances, or it could be in the world at large. Things that are going on in your community or in other parts of the world, things that are going on in government, things that are going on wherever it might be, and say, things are really messed up. Just allowing yourself to be aware on a scale of 0 to 10, how true that's feeling for you at the moment. Things are really messed up. Notice where in your body you feel it. And, allowing yourself to be curious rather than judgmental, just saying, oh, that's interesting that I'm feeling that in this place, that I'm feeling that at this level. Rather than judging yourself, don't try to talk yourself out of it. Well, no, it probably shouldn't be that high of a number. Well, it's, I guess maybe it's not that bad. It's not about trying to convince yourself that it's worse than you think it is, but allow yourself to be aware of what you're feeling. It's not a matter of comparing, there are times where it makes sense to say, hey, you know what? The old line about, I was upset that I had no shoes until I met someone who had no feet. And we try to comfort ourselves by saying somebody's worse off. And there are times where that might be helpful, but for the moment, we want to be aware. I'm not saying dig into it and really just feel as miserable as you can, but allow yourself to not feel a need to minimize what you're feeling because we want to address that. We don't want to hide it. We want to address that. So, side of the hand. Go ahead and open your eyes if you haven't already. Again, allowing yourself to be aware of where in your body you feel this discomfort, this distress. Scale of 0 to 10, how strong it might be, this feeling of how messed up things are. Even though some things are really messed up, I choose to love and accept myself. Even though some things are really messed up, I choose to love and honor myself. Even though some things are really messed up, there are some things that are far from ideal. Some things in my life, things in the lives of people I care about, and things in the world. Sometimes I read the news, and all I can think is how things are really messed up. And it makes it hard to feel hopeful. And even though there are some things that are really messed up, I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. And maybe anyone else involved in these things. Because I choose to feel that free. Things are really messed up. There are some things that are really messed up. And I feel a lot of fear around that. All this fear that it's not going to get better. All this fear that this is a down without an up. All this fear that there's no coming back from this. Things are going to go from bad to worse. And then just keep getting worse. That might be what part of me is telling me. Not because I'm a hopeless pessimist, but because that part of me is trying to protect me. Part of me feels it's not safe to be hopeful. Part of me is always looking for the other, part of me is always waiting for the other shoe to drop. More bad is going to come. And if I tell myself this, I'll be better prepared. Part of me might even look around and say, things are really messed up. But just you wait. They're going to get even more messed up. And I choose to love and appreciate that part of me that feels it's preparing me. If I expect the worst, part of me says two things can happen. One, bad things will happen and I'm prepared. Or two, I'm pleasantly surprised. And I choose to love and appreciate those parts of me that believe this is a really good plan of action. But it makes it hard to be motivated. It makes it hard to get out of bed in the morning. But the world is counting on me. And I need to get out of bed in the morning. I need to do my part. I choose to find more hope. Even though some things really look messed up. Even though things look really bleak. I get to choose how I look at that. I get to choose how I feel about that. Part of me says, no, I don't. There's a rule book. When this happens, you must feel bad. Maybe, maybe not. If I lose my job, part of me could say, I've just created an opening for something much better. Because there is a place for me. And if I've been let go, that wasn't the place I was meant to be. If a relationship ends, that wasn't the right person for me. And now I'm more available for the right person. I could even allow myself to get excited. But how would that look? People might think I'm crazy. Come on, under these circumstances, you should feel devastated. To what end? I'm not wrong or bad for feeling upset. I have a right to my emotions. I honor my feelings. But I'm not confined to those. I'm not obligated to feel those. If a job or a person I'm in a relationship with says it's time for you to leave, I could say, okay, thanks, see ya. I'm off to greener pastures. Why not? Part of me says that sounds crazy. Is it more sane to get stuck feeling miserable? It may be more normal based on the people I've been around. It's not necessarily helpful. Feeling upset doesn't get me a new job or a new relationship, or at least not in a healthy way. So whatever I might think is messed up, that's just one perspective. I honor my feelings. I'm just giving myself permission to consider that other thoughts and feelings might be possible. Where some people see disaster, other people see opportunity. Other people see the possibility of new growth. And what gets removed can be replaced with something even better. I don't need to rush myself into changing my mind. I'm just allowing myself to entertain the possibility. Allowing myself to feel hopeful. That better things are on their way. I'm allowing myself to be present, doing what I need to do right now, and allowing that spark inside that has hope for better things. Because this isn't my first rodeo. This isn't the first time that things have looked messed up. There may have been times in the past where I thought things were way too messed up, and I'd never recover. But I did, at least to a certain extent. So there's good reason for me to be hopeful. I'm allowing myself to feel better. As quickly as possible. Because I deserve that in body, mind, and spirit. Take a deep breath. Just keep tapping you for a moment. There's another thought that I had earlier that didn't actually find its way into the tapping realm. But this thought of if someone is telling you to leave, whether it's a job or a relationship, then it might feel like, oh, well, if I don't look upset, then they might be offended. It's like, what, you don't feel bad that I'm asking you to leave? It's no big deal to you? It's like, yeah, if they're asking you to leave, then you don't owe it to them to make them feel that you're feeling a big loss. You don't necessarily need to say, good riddance. You were wrong for me from the beginning. It's okay if you want to, but it's not about that. But you don't owe it to anybody to feel bad. I don't even like to use the word bad. It's not meant to be a judgment, but to feel uncomfortable. And that doesn't mean you're wrong for feeling uncomfortable. Again, honor your feelings. This is not, oh, get over it. It's fine. Not at all. I'm not saying walk it off and it's no big deal. I'm just I just want you to create an opening where it's like, I have options. There's not a, it's not an obligation to feel uncomfortable. It's programming. It's what most people seem to do, but not everybody. And giving yourself permission to, be an optimist, to have that sense of hope, so that in situations where things look messed up, where it's like, this isn't ideal, it's like, wow, I can't wait to see what this might create an opening for, especially if you thought, well, it wasn't perfect, but it was good. It's like, great. Sometimes they say good is the enemy of great. So, you may have heard me use the expression pink slip from God. I came up with that when I was fired as a waiter. And in the moment, it was pretty upsetting. But later I realized that that was a pink slip from God, because, Source was saying, you don't like this job and you're not doing what you can to get out of it. So I'm going to help you out the door. So looking at those situations in our lives where it's upsetting, and going, okay, this might be a pink slip from God. And I might just step outside and walk right into something that's so much better. In terms of relationships, as somebody who's very happily married, I can easily say, yeah, every breakup that I went through was a good thing, no matter how upsetting it was at the time. And it's obviously, hindsight is 2020, but it's allowing ourselves to have that sense of hope that it's like, okay, I may not have to wait 5 years, 10 years, 2 hours. I may not have to wait that long before going, all right, dust myself off and I'm good. What's next? Hope that makes sense. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, go inside and check what's going on in there. Oh, thank you for all the super thanks. Let me check back in with comments here. Yeah. Kimberly, about honor the feelings that we have. That's why I bring that up. I don't like to use the expression negative emotions. There are no bad emotions. All the emotions are part of the spectrum of the human experience. There are uncomfortable emotions. Most of us would rather experience the more comfortable emotions: gratitude, joy, love. Most of us don't want to hang out too much in sadness and anger and grief. Although there's a part of us that wants that, that's why Jodi Picoult has a successful writing career. There are, fear. Why are horror movies so popular? Because some people really enjoy experiencing the whole realm of human emotions. So, we honor that rather than going, oh, bad feeling, push that away. We want to look at what the thoughts are behind that. If we what we resist persists. If we just say, oh, that's a bad feeling, I don't want to feel that, then we might not look and see, okay, there's a misunderstanding there. There's a belief that's going on there that's causing me to think that, especially in terms of if we are being let go from a job or a relationship or something like that, then there may be, it may push our buttons of I'm not good enough. And, it's not that you're not good enough. You may not be right for that job or that person, but most people on this planet aren't going to be right for those situations. Nothing, no harm, no foul. We're not meant to be right for every job. We're not meant to be right for every person. It's like, oh, I thought this is where I was supposed to be. my misunderstanding, their misunderstanding. We are all misunderstanding at a time. Um, but then we move through that and go, okay, so now I get to find what's really really great for me. Let's see. Important to feel what you feel. Too much self-help and spiritual stuff discourages. Yeah. What's the term? Spiritual bypass or something like that. Spiritual bypass. Yeah. Where it's like, oh no, God has a plan for me, and I'm just going to do that without walking through it. And that's why I said earlier when I had you have your eyes closed is, don't try to sugarcoat it, don't try to dismiss it and say, well, it's not as bad as for others, and don't spiritual bypass. Allow yourself to look at it and go, here's what I'm feeling, because then we can look at it and see what are the thoughts behind that are escalating the discomfort. What are the thoughts behind that are lowering my sense of hope? That might tell me I can't feel hopeful. I find it more difficult when I feel fear to tap into hope. Absolutely. And that's how our system is designed. When we go into fear, that moves us away from love and hope and joy and all of those more enjoyable feelings. Patty asked, can the body get the message from tapping to stop going from one symptom to another? Yeah. And that's often what happens when we're tapping. It's what sometimes happens is expression chasing the pain. So it's like, okay, well, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling this discomfort in my shoulder. Tap, 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 tap. Now I've got this tightness in my stomach, and we're shifting things, we're moving things, and eventually those things will calm down. We will get to a point where we have the understandings and feel safe enough to feel good when we resolve enough. But our body minds, we don't always know what's going on in there. We're very complex creatures. And so we want to let go of this expectation of, I'm going to tap for 2 minutes, and whatever I might be feeling anywhere in my body's just going to let it go, and I'm going to be perfect at that point. So allowing yourself to go, okay, you know what? I'm in for the ride. And it might take me 5 minutes to get there, and it might take me 5 years to get there. But I'm going to go through this because it's going to be better on the other side. Hey, Linda, what's a pink slip? A pink slip is when you traditionally, at least here in the United States, when you get fired from a job, in your envelope with your pay stub is a piece of pink paper saying you've been terminated. So when you've been pink slipped, that's you've been given a form that when you open your pay stub and see a pink piece of paper, that means your services are no longer required at that place of work. So and you can apply it to any situation. You get a pink slip in a relationship or an eviction notice. What if after you get a pink slip from God, you keep getting pink slips? So there might be a part of us that keeps looking for, that old song, looking for love in all the wrong places, looking for jobs in all the wrong places, looking for circumstances. And so we want to take a look and go, what do I really want? If doors keep getting slammed in my face, maybe I just keep going to the wrong doors, not because I'm bad or stupid, but I'm not allowing myself to be clear. And so, and God might be like, I'm running out of pink paper. Would you please figure out what you really want and stop going to places that I have to kick you out of? So if you keep getting pink slips going, all right, I might be following the wrong trail. It's like the old expression of, climbing the ladder only of success only to find out that it was leaning against the wrong building. And it's like, okay, let me be much more conscious about what building I put my ladder up against. And maybe if I'm keep getting pink slips, maybe I'm not paying attention as much as I could. Again, not because you're bad or stupid, but you have programming that says it doesn't matter. Just go find something. Just go rush into the next relationship. How many of us have done that and gone into rebound relationships and from a place of lack? So you might want to look at, am I looking at this opportunity from a place of lack? And obviously, there are times where we have to do that. It's like, if I'm about to get evicted and I get a job offer and it's far from ideal, it's like, all right, this will pay the rent for now. And I'm going to do what I can to pay the rent for now. And there's probably going to be a pink slip at some point, because part of me might know this is not the happily ever after opportunity. But this is Mr. Right Now instead of Mr. Right. There are some jobs that are Mr. or Mrs. Right Now or Ms. Right Now instead of the right one. And that's okay. We do what we need to do. But if we allow ourselves to acknowledge that and go, okay, if I get a pink slip from this job, person, opportunity, whatever it might be, it's like, all right, I knew that this was temporary. I know there's something better because I have this hope that what's really right for me is on its way. Rejection is protection. I like to say rejection is redirection. If someone says, I don't want to be with you anymore, it's like going into the butcher shop and asking for a loaf of bread, and they say, I don't have what you're looking for. And we can feel rejected, or we can say, oh, thank you very much. And then we can go find what we're looking for. Diane. Been manifesting many crazy good things. Excellent. The next 5-day challenge I do, so many of you have been on my 5-day challenges. The next one will be at the end of September, last week of September, and it's going to be all about manifestation. We tap into manifestation end of September. If you're not already on my mailing list, you can go to tapwithbrad.com and sign up for the Best Life program or Best Self program. It's the free program, but you'll also get on my mailing list, and you'll make sure you get notification about that challenge so you can tap into manifestation. Yeah, lack. So let's everybody close your eyes, take a deep breath. And allow yourself to get in touch with whatever sense of hopelessness might be there. Any heaviness from a lack of hope that you might still be feeling. And ask yourself, what's the fear? And what do you feel is lacking? What's missing? I'm lacking hope because I'm afraid that I'm lacking this thing that I believe I need. That it won't be there, there won't be enough. It's running out. Take a deep breath, open your eyes. Even though I'm feeling a sense of lack, I choose to love and accept myself. Even though I'm feeling a sense of lack, I choose to love and honor myself. Even though I'm feeling a sense of lack, this feeling that something is missing, and I'm not feeling hopeful that I'll ever get it. I don't feel hopeful that there will be enough or that there will be more. And even though I feel this lack, I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself, and maybe anyone else who might be involved. All this feeling of lack, all this feeling of lack. I'm maybe lacking hope right now. And maybe that's because I feel a sense of lack about something else. What do I feel is missing? What do I need that I don't have? And do I really need it? When I say I need this, that's an incomplete sentence. Because I need to add in order to. I need this in order to that. So what is it that I think I need that I feel I'm lacking? I'm allowing myself to get curious about that. And it may feel very real. And I choose to remember that source is limitless. Even if I am lacking something right now, I choose to know there's still a supply. And I can tap into that. And it may be that if I'm lacking something, it might be because I'm resisting it. Because some part of me thinks I shouldn't have it. Some part of me thinks it would be dangerous to have it. Which may be why I resist feeling hopeful. If I feel that something is lacking in my life, and I might be resisting having it because of some old programming about why I shouldn't or couldn't have it. Maybe about why I don't deserve it. Part of me feels it's safer to block myself from having it. So feeling hopeful feels dangerous. Hope might lead me to getting things that part of me is trying to block. And I'm processing all of this. All this internal need to experience lack. All this fear of having more. All this fear of things being better. all this fear of feeling hopeful and believing that things could be better. Because part of me might say, if things could be better, what's wrong with me that they aren't? If I could experience greater abundance, what's wrong with me that I'm experiencing lack? Then I have to be ashamed of myself. I have to blame myself. It feels safer to not feel hope. But those are all just misunderstandings. Whatever I might be lacking, I've been doing the best I could based on my programming, based on my circumstances. And I can change. And I have hope that I can change. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here tapping on my face right now. I'm nurturing that hope. I'm cultivating that hope. I'm enhancing that hope. There are still so many good things waiting for me. I'm cultivating more and more good in the world. And I'm allowing myself to feel good about that in body, mind, and spirit. Take a deep breath. Hopefully that might have shifted some things, created more clarity. I was really intending to do a really short round on that so that we had more time to do a guided imagery. Never fear, I'm still going to do a guided imagery because I love to end these live sessions with a guided imagery. I was just hoping to do it before the top of the hour because a lot of you may have just set aside 1 hour. So if you did only set aside 1 hour and you have someplace you have to go, totally understand. I hope you'll come back and watch the replay to watch the guided imagery. I have no idea what's going to happen with it, but I trust that it'll be beneficial. So if you have to leave, thank you so much for joining me. Maybe you can join again tomorrow. We're going to be doing this again, same bat time, same bat channel, 1 p.m. Pacific here on YouTube. And the link again will be at tapwithbrad.com/live. So you can check that out. And yeah, so if you can hang out for another few minutes, then please get yourself comfortable, close your eyes, take a deep breath in and hold it, and let it go. Another deep breath in and hold it. And let it go. Third deep breath in and hold it. And let it go. Now just breathing comfortably with your eyes closed. Breathing comfortably, and just imagine that with each breath you take in, you breathe in relaxation and positive energy. Go ahead and imagine a healing light of whatever color you like surrounding your body so that with each breath you take in, your lungs comfortably draw in that healing light, allowing it to flow through every muscle, nerve, fiber, tissue, cell, and atom of your body. Imagine a healing shower flowing down, crystal clear water that's a perfect temperature as it flows over the top of your head, soothing and relaxing, healing and cleansing. Just allowing that healing light, that healing shower to flow down. Healing shower flowing over your forehead, relaxing the muscles in your face, flowing down over the back of your head, your neck, your shoulders, washing away tension, leaving your shoulders calm, comfortable, and relaxed. Healing shower flowing down your arms, all the way down over your fingertips, down over your chest and your stomach, soothing and relaxing, healing and cleansing. And allowing yourself to remain comfortably in whatever position you choose, allow that healing shower to flow down over your upper and lower back. And as your torso relaxes, your internal organs comfortably do whatever they need to do to achieve and maintain your optimal level of health and well-being in body, mind, and spirit. As that healing shower continues down over your body, down over your hips and your thighs, over your knees, down your lower legs, through your ankles, into your feet. And finally, that relaxation flows over your toes as you allow yourself to relax twice as much, going at least twice as deep with each number as I count backwards: 5, drifting down to 4, floating down to 3, 2, 1, and 0 is deep sleep. Now, each and every time you hear me say the words deep sleep, with your permission and only with your permission, you allow yourself to return to this depth or even deeper, 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 quickly, soundly, deeply. And the physical body relaxes. And with that relaxation comes a wonderful sense of calm well-being of body and mind. Deeper, deeper. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And 0 is deep sleep. And in this calm, comfortable state of mind and body, go ahead and imagine yourself in some beautiful place. Some beautiful place in nature, perhaps, but you get to choose some place where you allow yourself to be present to the beauty, the magnificence, the abundance of creation. And in this place, you might see all kinds of living things growing. Just having this knowledge that things continue to grow. There are times where there are fires. And then after some time, when you look at that place where the fire was, you start to see some green. And there's new growth, new life. There's a part of us that knows that's going to happen, that part of us that has a sense of hope. Knowing that impermanence, it's part of the deal. But for all that might be lost, there's always more where that came from. That's why we have the expression, hope springs eternal. Because part of us knows there's always more where that came from. We came to this life knowing this. When we signed off on coming to Earth for this lifetime, we read the fine print. We knew there would be ups and downs. We knew there would be downs, but we also knew there would be ups, and that's why we signed on. Because hope springs eternal. And allowing yourself to look around and see beauty in whatever way you choose to experience it right now, and feel that sense of hope, that knowledge that things keep coming back around and getting better. Just knowing that even in the history of humankind, there have been all kinds of terrible things that have happened, and we always bounce back. We thrive, we improve, we learn from mistakes, We learn from experience and we get better and better, and we keep evolving. And so much of evolution and growth comes from those challenges. So there can even be a part of us that looks at challenges and says, I can't wait to see what growth comes from this. And we may feel compelled to resist that because people might look at us like we're crazy. But allowing yourself to feel that sense of hope inside, that positive expectation that the best is yet to come. Absolutely honoring the feelings that come up. And at the same time, allowing yourself to feel that seed of hope, even if it's just a seed, allowing yourself to know it's there underneath everything. And allowing yourself to nurture that, allowing it to grow. Just feel hope growing in every fiber of your being. And as you allow yourself to feel that hope, allowing yourself to be motivated by that to make the difference that you can make in your own life, making those choices and taking those actions that improve your life, and also making a difference in the world at large. It's not enough to just have hope. We don't want to sit there and go, well, I have hope things will get better, so I'm going to sit back and watch somebody else do it. Be the change you wish to see in the world. Share your gifts, make the difference that only you can make. Allow yourself to know that those gifts are in there, that you do make a positive difference. Just allowing yourself to keep cultivating that hope, letting it grow as we go even deeper now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0 is deep sleep. In a moment, I'll count you back out from 0 up to 5. 5 will be wide awake, alert, focused, and energetic, feeling much better than before, feeling much more hopeful. Feeling compassionate towards yourself for whatever you're going through. Feeling compassion towards others for whatever they're going through. And continuing to let hope grow. Now, tonight, when you choose to go to sleep, don't be surprised when you fall asleep quickly, soundly, deeply, and sleep very well through the night. During the night, you'll dream. The more you dream, the stronger you become. I'm going to ask your unconscious mind to allow at least one of your dreams to be a very healing dream. Continuing this healing process in body, mind, and spirit so that in the morning, at the time you've chosen to wake up, you wake up easily, feeling refreshed, energetic, and ready to start the day, again, powerfully moving forward into that ever more joyful experience of an ever greater abundance of health, wealth, happiness, and love, which are your birthright and which benefit others. Now I go back down to 0, which is always deep sleep, allowing your mind, body, and spirit to digest all of these positive thoughts and images, taking them in at a very deep level so that these positive changes occur easily, effortlessly, and naturally. Coming up to 1, feeling physically relaxed. 2, feeling emotionally calm and confident. 3, health and well-being, enthusiasm, love, joy, and gratitude flowing through every muscle, nerve, fiber, tissue, cell, and atom of your body. 4, becoming more and more alert and aware of your surroundings. And 5 is eyes open, wide awake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, eyes open, wide awake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, eyes open, wide awake. And welcome back. And thank you all very, very much for joining me to cultivate more hope, which also cultivates peace. It's my job. That's why it says that on my wristband. I'll keep that all the time so that I'm always being reminded, oh, yes, that's what you're here for. Cultivate peace. So I hope that spending some time with me today has cultivated more peace in your life, and hopefully it creates greater freedom for you to up level the consciousness of the world, and also take the actions that that you can take to make the world a better place. Greatly appreciate you doing what you can do. Uh, Thank you so much for being here. If you can join me again tomorrow, awesome. If you can't be here live, then hopefully catch the replay. We'll be still tapping on hope, but there may be a few similar words, but I expect that it'll be totally different, because it'll be different in many ways. It's always new and different, whatever comes through me. So I hope you can join me for that. Again, thanks for being here. Love you guys. Have a great rest of your day, and see you tomorrow.